So how long will it take them to drop in Riazul?
They didn't specify the time. This is like they will be joining soon.
Okay, so let's start over, and um, the meeting will be recorded. We are gonna post it shortly, and you will pass on the information on behalf of
Yeah, sure.
their team. Let's start over. So what about team B and team C? Do we have all the members in here?
Not yet. It must Fahim. He is coming like in 5 minutes.
Okay, can you just reach out to them, Celia as well as Riazul, and just let me know how long will they take to drop in?
Okay.
Susie said it's gonna take her for 15 minutes.
Okay, alright, so let's start over. We can no longer wait for them. So, we will be starting our sprint planning session today. At first, I'm gonna assign the QA of each team in particular stories. So, let me share my screen. Hopefully, you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So at first, I'm gonna assign the stories. I'm gonna assign the stories for QA1. So QA1, for QA1, we have decided upon um, registration page mandatory fill 1 for QA1. And here, okay, let me do one thing here. Okay, 2 points, okay. Okay, So yes, this is mandatory fill 1 for QA1. So all QA1 are assigned with registration page mandatory fill 1. Okay, then we have decided just hold on a second. Okay, so this is assigned with QA1. Let's create the sprint. Let's start our sprint.
Yeah. Why is this?
Okay, sprint is already created. We will be starting from 8th, 20th. Let's put the date, and you are going to get 1 week for every sprint. And yes, so this is for QA1. Here, if you open the link, you will see you are assigned for, it's written here, you are gonna get 2 points here, and developer has 3 points for mandatory field 1. Okay, so yes, then we have registration mandatory field 2 for QA, and this is this is for QA1. Let's assign QA1 for this one. And okay, this is not assigned. QA mandatory field 2. Okay, may assign QA1.
Could you let Ishrat in? She is waiting.
Yes, I will let her in. And let's drag it on top. Okay, just hold on a sec. Okay, so mandatory field 1, we have 5 points here for QA1, and again then we have 3 points for, sorry, not 5 points, we have given developers points as well here, so we have 2 points here, and for this one we have 3 points for QA1. Then for next, let's see what is our next category for registration. For next category we have product catalog, and here we have 7 points in total, so 5 points. Let's assign it to QA1 since you are gonna get 10 points per sprint, because you will be getting every day 2 hours. That stands for 2 points, so you're gonna get 10 points in total for one sprint. So we are assigning you with the story of 10 points. Okay, so so here we have, let's put it on top again. So we are done with QA1. QA1, you got your 10 points in total. So since you have 3 points here you have 2 points, the other 3 points is for developer. When you will open this story in a different link, you will see it's written here in the comment that developer has 3 points and you have 2 points. Then for the product catalog, you are gonna get 5 points. So in total you got 10 points for your part. Let me see who dropped in and accept him.
Thank you. So,
then we have QA2. For QA2, we are gonna check the other categories of registration that come in order chronologically. So we have we are done with product catalog, then we have static header, and for static header we got 2 points. Here I'm gonna assign QA2 for this one, and we're gonna drag it back to sprint. Static header, okay. Let me check again. Bring it down. Static header. Okay, static header part 1. I mistakenly took this one, static header part 1. For static header part 1, we're gonna assign you have got 5 points, QA2. Gonna drag it back. Then So static header, we have, there is another static header part 2. For part 2, you were assigned for part 2. Let's drag it back. So you have got, in total you have got 7 points QA2. Now you need more 3 points because we're gonna assign you 10 points, story of 10 points. So let me check what else I can assign you with. We are gonna cover the registration part in the first place, then the way it comes in order, then we are gonna move forward with the rest of the features. For newsletter subscription, we have 5 points, but you need 3 points more. So here, we can do one thing. We can split this story. So you see, this is very disturbing when you don't join on time. You are like joining after every 5 to 10 minutes and it's disrupting the session. And it seems very unprofessional. It's better to join on time, whatever time is given.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I apologize for being late. There was a bad accident on the road and I got stuck in traffic.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like really bad.
Are you okay?
No, I wasn't involved in the accident. It's just the accident that happened and I was like, the traffic was really bad.
Okay, I got it. So, the time, it's already been declared like a week ago when the sprint planning session will take place. So you were expected to join on time, everybody.
Yeah.
And the timing is being set, or the timing is being agreed upon by taking your opinions. I haven't decided by yourself. You wanted it on weekdays and you wanted it on class time, so you were expected to be on time, everybody. Okay, let's get back to the point where we left off. So here, newsletter subscription, we can see 5 points, but as since like I said, you will be given 10 points for every sprint. So I'm gonna split it. At first, let me assign you with this story, QA2, and let me split it. You're gonna get 3 points for this story. for this one you're gonna get 3, and for this you're gonna get 2. So I gotta split it because I cannot assign you 5 points. I mean, I cannot assign you 5 points because it goes above 10 points. Do you understand this part? QA2. This is for QA2 of all team members. Since I have assigned you 7 points, you are short on 3 points. So I had to split it. You will pick up with this, you will pick up from this point for this feature in the next sprint, not in this sprint. You get my point?
Yeah.
Yes, now let's move on with QA3. Access panel, newsletter subscription. This is for QA2. This is for QA2. Quick access panel, we have 5 points. So let's assign it. Okay, Tasin, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, can you tell me why am I assigning you with 10 points, not more than 10 points? Why it's not 13, 15?
Does it have to do with the Fibonacci series?
Sorry?
According to the,
According to what?
I forgot the term called, starts with a F. Once finding you can't have more than
I can barely grasp what you were talking about.
Can you hear me or no?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, now tell me. What's the point? I mean, why are we agreeing upon 10 points? Why it's not more than that? Who can tell me? And who can clarify it for Tasin?
Yeah, because a sprint planning is usually for 14 days. If we
Here, one sprint is 7 days, 1 week for you.
mhm.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if we just minus the weekend, so we have 10 days. That's why we can only have 10 points.
Yes, for here, this scenario is different. One sprint is 7 days, 1 week. So you are gonna get to work for 5 days. We cannot consider the weekend, right? So
Yeah.
every day you are gonna get 2 hours. That stands for 2 points.
Right.
Okay, and if you times, like if you do it, if you multiply it with 2
By
points
5?
for 5
Yeah.
days, so how many points you get in total?
10 points.
10
Yeah,
points per
10 per
sprint.
week.
Okay, so you get 10 points to work on this feature, whatever you are gonna be assigned with for a sprint, for a particular sprint. So quick access panel, this is so usually in real time office scenario, you get whatever Ishrat explained. That is absolutely correct. We get like 14 days, I mean 2 weeks for a sprint. But here, for the time constraints, and since we are lagging behind the schedule and we are short on time, so we have considered 1 week as one sprint. You get my point?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's always 2 weeks usually, right?
It's always 2 weeks.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, this is for QA3 and registration page quick access panel. Let me drag it back to the sprint. Quick access panel, then for part 2 we have again 10 points, so I'm gonna drag it back again. Quick access panel, and I'm gonna assign it to QA3 at first. Part 2 needed, let me drag it back to sprint. Then we are left with QA4. Okay, registration page, quick access panel. We have so this is developer part. Okay, here I made a mistake. Quick access panel, 5 points, part 2. Let me see if I made it. No, I didn't make a mistake. I'm sorry. My bad. QA part 3, it has only 3 points. So I'm gonna assign QA4 at first. QA4. Just hold on a second. Yes, QA4 is assigned with this 3 points. 3 points, registration quick access panel. Let me drag it back. This is assigned to QA4. Now we have given QA4 3 points, so QA4 are still short on 7 points, right? So next we are gonna start working on login after registration. So let's start with login. So for login new customer, we can see 5 points here. So let me assign this not QA1, it will be QA4. Okay, Tasin, are you clear why we are adding 10 points here? We are
Yes.
giving you 10 points.
One sport is 1 week, and then since you can't count the weekends, you just subtract it by 2 or 3, so it'll be 5 days.
So 5 days. So how long are you gonna get to work per day in a single
1 point.
sprint? 1 point?
1 point per day, right?
No.
2 hours. 2 points.
2 hours. If it is
2 hours
1
per
point, then it's 5 points. You get 5 points in 5 days. How come it turns into 10 points? That means you are gonna get 2 hours every day for working. You gotta work 2 hours because 2 hours stands for 2 points. Okay, so this is for QA4. Let me drag it back. QA4. So how many points QA4 is short on? 5, 3, 8 points, 2 more points. So here we see the next feature we have is returning customer, but it has 5 points, so we cannot give you 5 points for this sprint. What do I need to do? Who can tell me?
Split it in two parts.
Yes, I need to split it in two parts. For this story, for this sprints, I'm gonna assign QA4 with 2 points for this feature. So let me split it again. First, let me bring it on top after login returning customer. Yes, here we have 5 points. So for this sprint, let me assign QA4 for this one at first. QA4. So the stories that I'm splitting for QAs, for example, here I had to do it for QA4, and before this one I had to do it for, I forgot, I need to check if it is QA2 or QA3. Can you remember? Let me check. Unassign QA4 here. Yes, this one assigned to QA2. See, QA2 I have split newsletter subscription for you to give, in order to give you 10 points for this sprint, but 2 points are still left, so you will complete. So this part is on you. I'm not gonna assign this part of the story to any of the other QAs. So when we will start our next sprint, you will start off with this one in the first place. The points that are left for this feature. We will start working on the rest of the part of this feature. QA2. Do you get my point?
Yes.
Similarly, it applies for QA4. Okay, so for now I'm gonna give you here 2 points for this sprint, and then let's change it to 3 points since we assigned 5 points in total for this sprint. Let me drag it back here. Now we are sorted. You got QA4, you got 10 points in total. Clear, everybody?
Yeah, clear.
About this part? So let's start our sprint. Let me start the date, sprint 1. This is the starting date, and ending date will be, just hold on a second. Let me check the calendar, and you're gonna finish it by 28th. So your starting date is 20th and your ending date is 28th. So since we are starting from this point onwards, but you will technically you will be starting your work from tomorrow onwards, right? And so ending date is 28th. Okay, perfect. Your sprint has started. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through. So any question? Any question about this part? Any question? Are you clear about this part? Sprint one, what I mean, who are assigned with which stories?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I
get
missed I missed
What
the
is
part
the
that you were mentioning about QA2, but I'll have to watch the video.
Yes, you will have to watch the video, and if you don't understand, like after watching the video, you can reach out to me.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so you will be starting working with your stories from this point onwards, and let me show you another part. Just hold on a second. Let me take it out.
Sure, what is the total number of points?
It's 10 points. You're gonna get 10 points in total to work on these features for this sprint one.
Oh, that 10 for I mean all the features, not.
The features that you are assigned with, I have already assigned it QA1. I have already assigned the stories for QA1, assigned particular stories for QA2, assigned particular stories for QA3, similarly for QA4. So probably you have joined in the middle of the session. You watch the video in the first place, even if you don't understand like how I have assigned it, like what points. I have already told you that you are gonna be working on this feature for 10 points, but even after watching the video, if you don't understand, you can reach out to me. The doubts, the room of doubts you have because you have joined in the middle of the session. But still, if you have any queries, you can tell me.
I mean the total of all points given assigned to this sprint, not only my
This is for all, QA1. When I'm assigning a particular story for QA1, that means QA1 of all the teams we have. When I'm assigning another story or a couple stories to QA2, that means QA2 of all teams. If it hasn't cleared out your confusion, you can ask me again. What are you confused about, Fahim?
So other question: what to do if the number of point what to do if the number of point exceeds our capacity?
It cannot exceed your capacity. You have given your points. When we have agreed upon this point, right? We have discussed it. We have discussed it in the meeting, and you have given the points by after meticulously thinking about how long it may take to finish this feature based on the criteria of execution as well as writing the test cases. I'm gonna have to take Mr. Ivan in, please.
Hi. So, Mr. Fahim, do you remember the refinement sessions that we had?
Yeah.
So, in refinement session, we asked each of you, showing you the story, that how long it will take for you to test. And
Yes.
you have given certain points, and we have added extra points there. So, we didn't change those points. Now,
Yeah, I know.
when the sprint is starting, sprint always runs on time. That is the main work we are going to do. you cannot break the sprint rules. That's why we had a separate meeting called refinement session. We had given you enough time to find out that tell us how much point you exactly need to test it perfectly with writing test cases on every subtasks. That means there shouldn't be any confusion about the given point, right?
Yeah.
Now, there might be situations, yeah, there might be situations like maybe you are in trouble, you couldn't test, or you had some emergencies. In real time scenario, in this office environment, if something happens like that, we hire temporary QA from different teams because we cannot exceed that sprint item. We cannot bring one sprint item to the another sprint because business gives us money based on that sprint budget.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Of course.
the
Now,
answer is
yeah. Go ahead.
the answer is a story cannot travel from one sprint to another sprint.
Now, if I tell you that, for example, during the sprint, I can't work because I have emergency or something like that.
That's what I said you.
Yeah, but I
If
will
it
tell
happens
you.
in real time, if it happens in real time scenario, we
Yes.
hire QS from other team. But here,
Okay.
if you cannot do it, we are not gonna force you, but you are going to lose the opportunity and you are going to go out of loop.
But
You have to. What is your role? Like QA
how
what?
we will hire other QA for a couple days, for example, 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Fahim is
Yeah,
only
yeah.
three.
Yeah, if I tell you that I can't be, for example, Monday and Thursday, you're gonna hire other person for 2 days. It's not possible.
No. Here hiring means different teams, not like hiring somebody
Oh,
fresh.
okay.
You see epics, right? When Miss Sadia was showing you the Miss Sadia, can you share this? I mean, are you sharing the screen?
No, I haven't
Can
shared
you
the
share the
screen.
screen and show him the epics so that I could tell him? It is a very good points that Fahim brought up. So
Sure.
um, just show the Jira board and show him the epics.
Yes.
So you see Fahim in the left side there are different epics. So in which epics you are working on? Tell me.
I don't know.
I have
Uh,
already told you in
with
the last pre-refinement session. You are working on what?
registration.
Registration is
No.
not
Epic.
the epic. Which epic are you in?
Production.
Yes.
You see, okay, Mr. Fahim, read down the names and tell me what epics are available here. It is important.
Sorry.
Could you read down the names of the epics available here?
Yeah. KFX phase 1 production. KFX phase 2
Enhancement.
enhancement. Yeah. Database. And
Third one is the development, and fourth one is the seller center. So,
yeah.
database development and seller center. Now, you are working on the production epic. That means you are working on a particular team, particular project, particular epic, and business is paying you for that. But are you testing the seller apps? Are you testing the like you are testing the customer apps, right? Coafox customer portal or something like that.
Yeah.
But there are seller portal too, where sellers are uploading their products, images, as like selling them, taking orders. You are not testing them, but you see there is another epic called Coafox Seller Center in the left. So there is a different team working, different QAs are working, different developers are working there, like you guys from a different batch maybe, or like that. Every epic has different teams. So once, but we are still under the same umbrella. We are still working in Quafox, but in different project. Now, for example, in an emergency, you are off for 2 days, right?
Yeah.
So you can see all the epics together because these are under same manager. Our manager is same. So then we report the manager that, hey, I need emergency QA for these 2 days. We need to validate these two stories in this time frame. Whom can we get? So he will see among these four teams which QA is available for work, who has some time.
Okay.
Then he will bring him up here in our team for those 2 days. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Everyone clear? It was a very good point from Fahim. Everyone, are you got? Have you got cleared?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, it's clear.
I think
Yeah.
Fahim, okay, Fahim, did you want to tell us that if you get stuck with any emergency in this sprint,
Yeah.
in the sprint that we have started, are you gonna get somebody to work on behalf of you? That's what you have said, right?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ivan, is it possible that, uh, I mean,
So
for this?
in that situation, we cannot do anything. Like his part will be missed from his team. Maybe he is QA3, right? So team B QA3 can we can count on team B and team C QA3 on that particular part. They are going to execute the same testing. But for his situation, if he missed the execution,
Yes.
uh, he can do it later on. I mean, Mr. Fahim, what you could do, sprint is going to run for 7 days. I mean, 5 days, right? So, for
Yes.
example, we're busy on Tuesday and Wednesday. You still have Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
So, you can wrap up your work on those 3 days. Maybe within instead of 2 hours, you have to work 4 hours in our situation here.
Yeah.
So that you can, like, you have to do everything before the sprint ends. Okay?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
means which is next Tuesday. So you cannot extend anything beyond next Tuesday. That's it. And everybody, one thing, one information. Whenever your test cases are ready, I'm already building the application. Just ping me in the WhatsApp that you need the environment links. I will be added in Confluence. Or Miss Sadia, I will provide it to Miss Sadia, the Scrum Master. So she is going to put it into the Confluence so that you can get all the links right after your test case writing is done.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you cannot consume time, only 2 hours you have every day. So I just don't want you to wait for something and consume your time. Whenever you are ready, call us, text us, no worries. Okay?
We will
Okay.
So
immediately upload the link.
when we finish writing our test cases, we need to let you know, right?
Right away. Yes, right away, so that you can start execution immediately.
Okay.
So before writing the test cases, you are not gonna get, you are not gonna get the chance to jump right into executing the test cases, right? In order to start with the execution, you need the links, and in order to get the links, you need to reach out to us. So
Yeah,
if
the
you,
same stories are assigned to me as well. So whenever you are writing test cases, I will build the application.
yes,
So once you are done, immediately let me know. I will provide the links.
So
Yeah,
are
sure.
you gonna execute it manually and automation or only
what are
manual?
we
No,
doing
only
now?
manual.
Is it
Only manual.
automation, or this part is manual, right? This part
Yeah.
is for manual testing. We haven't started with
Only
automation.
manually. We don't gonna do it automation.
Yes, once our manual testing part is done, we will start automating the same stories. We will have recipe scanning.
Regression and smart testing, right?
Yes, definitely. Once your once manual part is done, once your test case is ready, your job will be automating those test cases from manual part. You will learn. Don't worry.
Excuse, I have a question.
Yes.
So, since we are given the user story for registration web page, new seller for QA2, and you are giving us the part one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I should focus on the first specific scenario or how it works, since it's part one.
Oh, newsletter subscription.
Yes.
Okay, so here let's.
Yeah.
See, I think we have splitted the story into two part just
Yes.
because of time, right? Story
Yeah.
point.
Yes. Yes, but
So
she's
it is not
asking.
limited to, yeah, it is not limited to any boundary. You it is not restricted that you can write only based on this scenario, not based on that scenario. You said you need 10 hours. I told you I am going to give you 10 hours by but 5 hours here, 5 hours in the next sprint. It's your it's in your code how you gonna manage those times. I will suggest keep writing as much as you can, then have some time for execution. Okay, then in the next sprint you already have you more 5 points, maybe, I mean whatever points are there. uh, Try to remember that on that, like, within that particular time you need to write down the test cases plus you have to execute. So remember, keep that in mind. For example, if you have 4 days or like 4 points, okay, so use 2 points for 3 points for writing test cases and 1 points for execution. If you have the test cases written, execution will take less time. So
Yeah.
that's how you need to budget. There is no, restriction like, okay, you can do it, you cannot do it. It's your ball is in your court now. It's your responsibility to test it perfectly, find the defects, logging them, updating the test plan. It's all in your court, whatever you learned in your class. This is, remember one thing, sprint is the time to monitor. Like, we are going to monitor you from now on, how you are performing your real time work.
Okay.
You
Yeah, Mr.
understand?
Agri, you can continue. Yeah.
Yes. So yes. So it depends upon you what you want to, I mean, wrap up in the first part and what you want to start with from the next sprint. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So okay. So I'm gonna show you. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
What do you see? Google Sheets?
No,
Excel.
Excel.
Do you see on top
Team B, Team A.
Team C? Yes, these are Google Sheets. Okay, I'm gonna share the link with you. Here, you're gonna write your test cases. You see, there are different columns for different team members, QA1, QA2, I mean, different page, not column. QA2, that is a different page, QA3, QA4, and there is another page that is final test cases. So each team are gonna get the link of their respective Google Sheets, and here you're gonna write down the test cases following the test templates that were given to you long ago. You have the you have the test case template in the I mean in Wise platform as well as in your Google Classroom, right? And you have already written your test cases following the test case template. You're gonna follow the same pattern, and QA1 will write your test cases in your particular page, QA2 will write your test cases in yours, QA3 will do it in yours, QA4 will do it in yours. And what you are gonna do in the page of final test cases, for example, this is for team A. Okay, so team A, for example, if you are assigned with registration part, at first you're gonna write down the test cases according to the assignment, the way it's given to you. Then when you are done with writing the test cases, each team will organize your test cases in this final test cases page. That means it should come in order. You should maintain the sequence. I mean, it cannot be scattered in all over the place. For example, registration mandatory fill 1 test cases will come on top, then registration mandatory fill 2, then registration product catalog. This is how you're gonna organize all the stories. Similarly, it goes for login, add to cart, checkout. Like, when you are done with writing all your test cases, then you're gonna shift it to the final test cases in the sequential order. uh, are you clear about it? Any question? I mean, it has to be patterned, it has to be organized in chronological order once you are done with writing your test cases that are assigned to you.
Yeah, so we're gonna integrate all the test cases under one templates.
Yes, under one template you are gonna follow that same template, and you're gonna write your test cases following the same template in your page. For example, you are QA1, you are gonna use QA1 and QA1 page of team A Google Sheet.
Right.
Okay, and once all QA1, QA2, QA3, QA4 are done with your part, then you are gonna organize it in chronological order in the final test cases page. You get my point?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share the link with you. I'm gonna share the link with you on WhatsApp pretty soon, and whatever I explained, whatever I clarified, that goes for Team B and Team C as well. And that's all about today. Your sprint has started. You are gonna start working from tomorrow onwards, and it ends on Tuesday. Then you will have to keep the point in mind when you are done with writing your test cases. Reach out to us so that we can give you the links straight away. Then you can, so that you can start so that you can jump right into test execution. So that's all about it. If you have any question, feel free to shoot your question.
For me, it's not a question. Just I have emergency. I'm moving. We start driving tomorrow, so like 17 hours. So uh, I will be absent for 2 or 3 days.
Okay, here one thing. So you see, you are gonna get 5 days. Technically, you are gonna get 5 days, but you have 2 more days in your hand, right? So if you are not, if you are unable to keep your pace up uh, on a regular basis, then you will have to make it up somehow. Then you'll have to work it out in the weekend. So you can work in the weekend instead of, as Mr. Ivan said, instead of working 2 hours, you can work for 4 hours, and you can, complete. You can round off your work by the weekend. I mean, you still have some extra days in your hand. Just you need to find out your workaround.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, I just want to add one thing. So, Miss Rima, right? Are you moving?
Yes.
So whenever you are going to you are going to be absent like 2 days, 3 days, and you are confirmed about that. It is for everybody. Listen to me. So when you have a pre-planned moving, so that time you have to tell that instead of 10 points in this sprint or in next sprint, I will be available for 7 points or 6 points. So you say that you cannot work for 1 day or 2 days, right? That means it counts 4 points. So your available points will be 6 points in next sprint. You
So
see what I mean?
I keep some points for the next sprint
You
if I
cannot.
miss.
If you have 6 points, that means those 4 points are gone from your life and your salary. Okay, that means you're taking leave. Whenever you're taking leave, you are not gonna pay for that if it's a contract job. If you have PTO, that's a different game. So sprint points cannot be shifted to another sprint. But if you say like, okay, I will be absent for these 4 points, but I will manage them in rest of the 2 other days, then that's a different case. I'm trying to make the difference between Fahim's statements and Rima's statements. Fahim's one is emergency case, not pre-planned, and Rima's one is pre-planned.
Mr. Ivan, I
So
want
for
to.
I know
Yes, sorry to cut everyone off. Mr. Ivan, so you mean to tell is Rima is allowed to say that, I mean, if she cannot, like, I mean,
Yes, before the sprint starts. Yes, not today, not now. Before even the sprint planning session takes place, we have to plan the sprint according to their estimated available points. That's the fact.
okay.
say for me, we're not gonna be absent. Just I
Yeah, that
suggest
was the
it.
question. Yeah, that was the question. I understand.
Yeah.
That I'm just telling the difference. Like sometimes we have scenarios like that comes up immediate emergencies, right? That time we take help from other team and manage. But if I have a pre-plan for the vacation, for holidays, for anything, we have to declare it at least 2 or 3 weeks before taking the vacation. We have to declare the holidays that okay, from this date to this date I will not be available, and this sprint I can have only this point. I can handle only this point. That's how we manage in a real time scenario. Clear, everybody?
So
Yes.
even so, why we don't estimate our team capacity before selecting the stories from the product backlog tool sprint backlog? We can do that, I think.
No, team capacity is not selected in that way. Team capacity is the sprint. Sprint is the capacity of your time, or if your team's time. Now we have your team's capacity like 40 points, right? So before that we didn't do it, or in your real job you will not see the before scenario because things will run parallelly. Maybe when you will join your company, one sprint will already be running, they will put you into it. Okay, but now we started from scratch. That's why we didn't calculate any effort or anything, but we have given you 1 hour time to work every day, right?
Yeah, I understand this.
But
It's
now it
possible.
is hard. Yeah, now it is hard coded. Now we are pointing and counting on you. Yeah, I have one question for everyone else. In the Miss Sadia ma'am, could you please share the test case sheet again? I just want to confirm that they have understand everything. Otherwise, they will not be able to upload it in Jira or Jfire.
Test case sheet is not opened up for me. I need to, like, find it out. I need some
No, no,
time.
I mean the Google sheet that you had created. That's
Oh,
all.
the Google sheet. Okay, okay. Sure.
Okay, who is the team lead of Team C?
Hello, it's me.
Celia. Okay, Celia, tell me what will be there in the final test cases sheet?
Sorry.
What will be there in the final test cases sheet? There is a sheet. You can see final test cases. What will be there?
We will have all the test cases there.
Yeah, in an organized way. For example, QA1 is assigned 3 stories from registration, and QA2 has been assigned more 3 stories from registration. So in final test cases sheet, under registration scenario, all the test cases should be together. All the test cases of login should be together, so that we can have everything well organized, arranged in a chronological way. That means sequential way. You got it right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I just wanted to clear up, and make sure you have definitely you have a column there assigned to. Make sure you put your name. I mean your role QA1, QA2 in bracket in your name, and there should be another column relates to. Copy paste the link of the story from Jira in that particular field. All right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Miss Sadia, could you did we create the board? Can you, I mean, did you start the board or start the sprint so that we can see the stories in the board? Can you open
It's,
Jira?
yes, it's already in the board. Let me show you.
Oh, so you have started the sprint already?
Yes.
Perfect. So, see, guys, there will be another. Miss Sadia, can you create another section called uh, Dev in Progress?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can move it to the left,
Yeah.
just after to do, just after to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In progress should be after. Yeah. So whatever story I'm working on, they will be in dev in progress, and then it will be. Can you rename that in progress to QA in progress?
Sure. It's not editable.
You can click on in progress, I think, directly. Yeah. No, no, no. Directly right. Yeah. Right. Click on it. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, guys. Whenever you are going to start, you are going to work in any particular story. Just move it up here. And same board should be visible for team two. Sorry, team B, team C. Maybe it is team A's board, right, Miss
This is
Sadia?
only, yes, I have assigned it. I mean, whatever, I mean, here we have created the sprint and everything. We did it for Team A, and it has to be done for the other projects too, similarly.
Yes. So all teams, whenever whoever is working, immediately move the story to your QA in progress section, so that we can directly see from here that who is working on which story. That is the prioritized task of like before you do even anything, before you start working on any particular story, when you decide that okay, I will start writing test cases on this story, immediately move it here first, then start working on that. Always for here for your real job every time. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Team B, Team C, are you clear about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, yes, Mr. Ivan, do you want to, I mean, say anything?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any questions about anything?
I just want to ask about Shahina, Shahina's part or Shahina's work. Are we going to work with her part or I don't know how to do?
Sorry, what part?
Shahina,
Oh, Shahina. Shahina told me that she's gonna work with you. So, yes, Shahina told me that she's unable to join in, but she's gonna work with you. If she's not working with you, you can let us know. She's like, her mother is very, very sick, and she's going through a really, I mean, jerky drive. I think she's going through a very rough time.
yeah, that's why I'm asking because I don't think she will be able to work this week with us.
She told me today in person that she would be able to pitch in. If she is unable to, if she's incapable of doing so, you can let us know. Okay.
Okay,
And
yeah,
her part will be left.
okay, thank you.
Okay, then, so I'm gonna share the links of the Google Sheets with you soon enough. I'm gonna share with you shortly. So, okay, that's all about it. Let's call it a day. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you
Good
too.
night.
Take care.
Good night.